welcome to Cook to the Clock. I'm Catherine Ashton and with me today is Aidan Astle, who is a real chef and will be cooking us a meal in 5 minutes. He'll tell us about his cooking experience while cooking the meal. So Aidan, what are you cooking for us today?
I am going to be cooking you a full English breakfast in under 10 minutes. So I'm going to set this clock to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then when I'm finished talking, I'm going to start cooking for you. All right?
So this is a full English breakfast?
Absolutely full English breakfast. You know, the one that up north is known as the full Monty. Let me get started on this now. I tried this the other day, actually, with these tomatoes, and I love these tomatoes to pieces. Yeah, but I found they actually took quite a long time to cook, so I'm going to put them in first. Just a nice half tomato each. That way, they're on there now. The bottom of it will be fried, quite nice, and then it will get fresher and fresher as it gets to the top.
So it gets a bit like mushier, and usually you like them soft, really, to like be able to cut your knife right through.
Oh yeah, absolutely lovely. Now put the sausage in and the bacon. I've separated the fat from the bacon because I know some people, I didn't know whether you like the fat with the bacon or not.
Yeah, I'm one of them people who doesn't like the fat, unfortunately, because I just like my bacon just done pink. I'm not one of them people who like it crispy with the fat on, so...
Yeah. Well, I put the fat in there because a lot of the time, you see, all this white stuff down here, that's containing all the flavour of the bacon. Now, I don't want to waste that, you know, because do you like mushrooms?
I do love
now,
mushrooms,
I'm putting mushrooms on this dish, and those mushrooms will suck up all that flavour, and they will taste fantastic.
Do you want to tell us a bit about the English breakfast and where it originated from?
Well, actually, we nicked it. It originally actually started as a French thing. They had their full breakfast, but it would be containing of fruits, vegetables.
It's a bit more healthier then.
Healthier, milk, stuff like that. Definitely. They are looking lovely. That bacon's looking awesome already. Making me very, very hungry. Yes, and they would have milk and have a very nice start to the day. I personally prefer meat to it. Just move that off there. That's where the eggs are going to go. I prefer meat to it because in England we were a much more rural country. We were a country of factories. They were a country of art and arty-farty things like that. So we needed more meat because the meat contains fat, like the bacon will be taken off the back of the pig. Yeah. And that is the fattiest area. Now fat's energy. And the rural workers of England, the good hearty men, they needed that fat or else they'd fall down in the factories.
I was about to say, we were constantly meat eaters back then, and vegetables added to this dish must have been added at a much later date. Definitely,
absolutely definitely. Now if you were a vegetarian back then, I was told by a friend of mine, because I thought vegetarians didn't exist until the 15th century, but actually in Indian cultures they've been around since the 5th century. But obviously in England it wasn't very popular. So we were a nation of meat eaters, you know, carnivores.
So it must have been a struggle for vegetarians these days, because they must have a different variation on this.
Definitely. Now, one thing I'll cook for you today is eggs. Eggs have been around since very, very early time. I remember doing a show the other day, which was about an egg. I was teaching the presenter how to boil an egg. Student versus life, it was called. Eggs have been around for ages, and they will be around for ages because they are the best source of food you can get because it is completely endless. As long as you have chickens or you have birds, you're going to get eggs. And that was, you could have the full English breakfast. You could have the beans, tomatoes, mushrooms, and eggs. Which agreeably, for me, it doesn't have enough substance, doesn't have the meat to it, but again, that's the whole point of being a vegetable.
So they would have different things on this, because I know the Americans and other countries and cultures, they would have this different variation on this as well. So
definitely.
American, they love their pancakes, so they're going to put them on the side, I would think, wouldn't they?
Absolutely, you know, pancakes, waffles, stuff like that, they always add that to it. How are we doing for time, by the way?
Well, near 6 minutes.
6 minutes, and then we're going fine, you know. I'm almost about to put the eggs in. Blimey. Yeah, they would add pancakes, waffles, flapjacks, stuff like that. But we basically just borrow it off each other. Yeah. You know, we borrow different... Don't mind me seasoning.
Oh no, I've never really seasoned mine before, so it's unusual.
Add a bit of spice to it. I kind of like it. Yeah, we all borrow it off each other. And we just get it from different cultures. Like, again, we invented the black pudding, which we wanted to utilise the whole of the pig. Do you know black pudding?
Yeah, blood, definitely not my kind of thing, so...
if you like black pudding, look away now, because it is fried pig's blood. Absolutely delicious.
I don't know why people have it.
No, well, again, it was to utilise all the ingredients of a pig, and we invented that.
Yeah.
You know, we were the first to do it. And again, it's been used ever since. We did that with our vegetables as well. We made bubble and squeak, which is mashed potatoes put with the vegetables from the night before, all mashed up properly together and then whacked on the heat to fry.
Yeah.
And it was delicious. You know, I would be putting bubble and squeak in after this pan is empty to get all the fat, because you see around here, the brown bits that seared the pan, that's the fat from the bacon that's all gone. The mushrooms haven't absorbed all of it, because you see the mushrooms are all brown as well.
So it must be quite cheap if you're using leftovers, and then obviously it's a one-pan dish, so it's quite easy and cheap, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. It is easy. I would suggest any student do this on a Sunday to treat themselves. Definitely. And I would advise most people to do it in their normal lives. I'm just going to add the beans. Now, do you want to be my sous chef?
Okay, yeah. What will I do?
Do you fancy putting the toast in for me? Very important job.
Toast, yeah.
Don't mess it up.
Would you... So you would have toast, would you, with this?
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm going to guess you're a fried bread person, aren't you?
Yeah, if you're going to have a fry-up, you might as well just do a whole fry. Fry everything.
Yeah, but that's just too fatty. You know, you need something to soak up the fat, and if it's got fat of its own, then you won't be able to, you know?
No.
No. These are all looking absolutely gorgeous. Now, if you look carefully, I'm just about to crack this egg in. I'm going to do it really slowly. Now, the pan's already heated, but it's not too hot. And if I do it slowly, it should keep its structure. There we go, so it doesn't splat everywhere. Beautiful. Can you see it's got a circle inside?
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's just how we want it. I'll chuck that in there. Right. Beans take seconds to cook, so
yeah, don't let it take long at all, really.
I'm going to whack that on there. Here we go. Oh, look at that bacon.
How long would this, because this is a different cooker, not everyone has this kind of cooker, how long would it take, really?
Good spot. Well, a chef in a restaurant would probably look around 4 minutes. 4 minutes, sorry. Got completely confused there. Around 8 minutes.
Yeah.
On one of these stoves, I would guess around about 4 minutes, sorry, because it's so hot. Now, because we're cooking everything so carefully today, we want to make sure that we cook it well. So, nice one. So it's going to take a little bit longer. We have got 2 minutes left of the 8 minutes I set.
Nearly done, yeah.
So we're nearly done. Are you ready for a full English? Yeah. How's the toast looking? You put it down yet?
Yeah, it's gone down. And yeah, it's saying 2 more minutes.
No, that's saying 2 more minutes. That's brilliant. Just making sure this egg doesn't stick to the bottom.
Regarding the bacon, would you have, because you get unsmoked and smoked, so full English, how would you have the bacon?
The bacon, I would personally I would have it smoked in this meal. I'm going to flip this egg over just to create it a bit of more American style to it. Makes it cook faster. Now, you ready? You want to grab a plate for me?
I do.
Brilliant. And we are ready to serve. Just quickly whack that on there. Mind yourself. Ooh, blimey, that's hot. That's something you've got to get used to in a kitchen, burning yourself.
And practice to be better, that's all right.
Oh,
more practice
definitely.
is easier.
Definitely. Now whack that on there. Just quickly scoop this in.
That does look good.
And now the beans. Where's our toast, Miss Sous Chef?
Soused. One bit on side?
Yeah, go for it. Now, tell the viewers how it tastes.
God, I love mushroom. Definitely like mushrooms.
I knew you would go for a mushroom first. I want to go for a bit of beans.
That is very good. I'm definitely going to eat the rest of this.
Oh, please do.
Well, thank you very much for showing us how to cook this meal.
No problem.
And I hope that you've enjoyed the English breakfast. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. I'm sorry.
Oh, money.